Okay, I'm going to pick right back up after shutting off. Okay, once again, here's this drainage canal. Now it's all dry. Now you can see the discolored, you know, the water lines. And what makes it easier, like on a dry day like today, see the things dry out and so you don't notice it as much. But I did notice on a wet day, you can kind of see. Now, you'll get another 6 inches to a foot of saturation. So if you look at those dark areas, like in some of my earlier videos when it was wet, and then maybe go down 6 to 12 inches, that would be where the actual, like, every year type water lines are. You know, because you get saturation where it seeps up the tree a little bit, and then it discolors it. But you can see, like, these ones over here, those are all about knee high. So it looks like, you know, and this is higher ground right here. This is definitely higher than down in here. I mean, if you were to lay a level across there, that's a good probably 12-inch, 16-inch difference in height. So you can see right here is a good example on this tree. Right here, see this dark area? This is probably the water line, like from just years and years and years. And then you'll get saturation when it's wet. It'll kind of creep up. So then it can make it appear that it's a little higher than what it really is or was. But if you stand down here now and look at this water line, look how deep this would be. I mean, I'm looking across right here. It's at my waist. See that? That's pretty straight. So you can see, this would be waist-high water in here. So something could be pretty heavy and float down through here with no problems at all. And you can see all the water lines on the trees. I've seen where other people report, and it could be, I mean, I could be totally wrong, you know, water lines that are higher, like up towards the branches. I'm just not sure about that. They all seem consistent, you know, that knee-high water line. And this is, like I said, a little higher ground in here. And there is no doubt that, okay, the first week when Brian went missing, you could have come up here. There might have been some water laying in the area, but I don't think it had been nothing too terrible. But definitely the week of the, like, I want to say the September 21st through like the 27th, yeah, nobody was going to be walking through here. So that was unfortunate. Oh, looks like, okay, somebody didn't even move none of this. Okay, now we did find this, and I forgot to report this last week. See right here? There's a metal stake still in here. I couldn't find it, and I thought somebody pulled. So one of these areas still has that rebar beam. You see it's got the orange paint on top. So that tells me that, you can still see orange spray paint on the leaves. What that tells me is that that circle was sprayed after those rods, those stakes, them steel stakes were put in the ground. So once again, we're following this drainage canal right back, okay? And as you can see it. And then we'll go to the second. So I'm going to call that circle 1. And then we'll call this one circle 2. And I remember it's right here where this limb hangs down a little bit. It's roughly in this area. Now this is where we could not find a pin. Like somebody took it out. And there's just, could be from water flowing, but there's just no sign of this circle here anymore at all. You can see some fresh hog activity right here. See that? So they were definitely in here. They might have actually tore up where that circle was, because I think it was right here. See, there's a little. Because I remember the one local, Tony, he had tied a yellow ribbon on it, or a crime scene tape that was left over. He had tied on there. So I don't see any orange spray paint. Oh yeah, I do, right there. Okay. Okay, right here. Is that the pin? No, that's an acorn. Okay. So that pin, Possibly, but I don't think it is, because we really looked for this one last week and we did not see it. Oh wait, right there it is. Holy cow, did I just hit that? Yep, I did. Right there it is. That was totally by accident. Yep, and it's got orange paint on it. Right here, guys. Yep, there it is. Wow, that's crazy. There it is. So nobody did pull these ones out then. Yeah, there it is. And see the orange paint? Here, let me wipe it off. Okay. There it is. Right there. Okay, well, see? There's, like I said, there's plenty of room to be wrong. You know, I claimed last week that they were all gone. So, there's 2 pegs, or 2 steel rods still in place. But this over here, I think, is gone. Because this was like a bigger area marked out. And this one, whoever came up here destroyed this area. Yeah, here's the orange spray paint. See if I can get lucky and hit that pin just by chance. That was weird. I'm going to put an X just so I can later today if I see anything when I come back to it. But you can still see remnants of orange paint. But that pin, this was a bigger area that was marked out. So I can't remember at all where that pin was. And from, like I said before, I was thinking that this had kind of a snowman shape to it with the orange paint, like 2 circles that kind of joined each other, is what I remembered that first Saturday that we came in here. So it could be that this was like a bigger area, like where something bigger was found. But then if it was somebody just hoaxing us, then they drew an orange snowman on the ground, I guess. So, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I do know is there's a tree swing over there with a rope hanging from it that nobody can deny. And the rest of this stuff is just all speculation. So, now what was weird, last week, we thought we found a 4th circle. There's orange spray paint up in here. It was, see if I can find it. And I don't know if it was maybe the leaves that just blew up here, but it was definitely more in a pattern. And we were like, man, that does not look like leaves that would have just blew or washed up here. I think this is the tree. Yeah, it was in... Oh, wait. All right, let me get my bearings here. Maybe I might be wrong. Let me look. No, that was it. Yeah, it was right in here. Oh, there. There's the orange spray paint. Right there. Okay, so there's a little piece of orange spray paint. Oh, and there's more. There it is. But the hogs, you can see the hogs have just totally tore this up in here. So I don't know. You know, I'm not going to claim because it's, you know, the hogs tore it up. It could just be some of this from this one here that hogs drug over there. I don't know. But last week you could definitely see what looked to be a faint round circle right in here. Right in this area. So I just don't know. But boy, there's just more and more debris every time I come in here. So that tells me, like, from day to day or week, you know, every couple of days, with the fluctuating rains and water, this area changes probably, you know, weekly in here. So we'll just go ahead and we'll walk now out here. I'm going to follow the drainage canal down roughly. We'll follow it. It's right over here. Once again, you can see the difference in ground level. See this right here? So there's definitely ample area for stuff, you know, deep enough is what I'm getting at, that stuff can float. While it might not be able to float up here, it would definitely float down here. Wow, that's all fresh. There are definitely pigs in here. And we still got some water laying back here. See this? A little bit. Last week, or 2 weeks ago when I was down, this was all level across here with water. And all them logs were completely underwater. So did some of the stuff, float? Because that makes sense to the water bottle being, if that was legit and that water bottle was actually out here. And I'm not making any accusations. I'm just, it's okay for everybody to just speculate. That's all I'm doing. I'm speculating. I'm not accusing anybody because none of us know. We really don't. I think we all need to just check ourselves every now and then before we get mad at somebody, or something like that. Everybody has, and it's all right, until they come out and give us an official report. And hopefully they let the Petita family, the mom and dad, they should be the first ones to hear the results. Of what they found out, before any of us do. But I think there's such public interest, I think they're going to have to come out and tell us something, because people aren't just going to let this go. We're going to be hearing Brian Laundrie still walking around and living in Mexico. He's not, folks. He definitely passed away up here. I mean, it's sad, well, first of all, it's sad about Gabby, but, another life, he took his life, so just keep that, So, but anyway, they need to just tell us. So, I feel kind of, I don't, because I enjoy being out here in the nature, and I've learned a lot about Florida. So this is really cool coming up here and walking around. So I don't feel this was at all a waste of my time. But, if I'm up here looking for, shoes and, wow, look at the water. There must have been some water this week. Look at now right here, see how that's all bridged up, sticks? So you can see there's serious water flow back this way when it rains. And it don't take long. That's what's weird about Florida. Like, we get a good day rain, and it can be 6-8 inches, a foot deep of water, and then just as fast as it flooded, it goes away. So, and that looks like what happens up here. So we're walking back, the water bottle was found right there. Over there's the supposed, I don't even know what to say anymore about it. But no, I don't feel duped at all. I was up here looking for, clothing, boots, hat. If I did run across anything important, I'm not souvenir hunting. I'm not going to put the stuff on eBay and sell it. That's just gross. I would turn it in, so that way the remains could go back to the parents like they should. And then the evidence, if it means anything, it'd be cataloged or whatever they do with it. So, but I think there was people up here souvenir hunting. I actually think I got a picture of one of them the first day I was up here, so I'm just letting that be known. The lady that found some items and wouldn't tell people, I think pretty sure I got pictures of her. I'm not sure they're close enough for facial recognition, but it definitely gives stature and probably age. I'm not sure on that, and I've never, I have several pictures that include other people. I do not post those, and I don't feel that's appropriate, so I have a lot of photos from up here, those times I was up here. And like I said, I do not post anything, for the most part. Unless they said, oh yeah, it's fine, go ahead, I don't care if you're taping, then I don't worry about it too much. But, whether this person had found anything of significance, but if there's a firearm missing, somebody might want to talk to her. If there was one not recovered. According to these people's accounts that, she wouldn't give up what she found. So, I don't know. But, I'm pretty sure I ran into that same lady that morning, the first morning I came up. Okay, this is that little nook down area that I was talking about before, where they claimed the dry bag was found. And see, here's a path here that goes out to the trail, or a waterway that goes directly out to the livelong access trail. But this, and I did match up the footage, and I am 100% confident that this is where the laundries were standing with the dry bag. It was right here. When you come in here, I was able to notice this. I'll point it out. See this limb? Oh, somebody broke it off. Or no, there's the other part. Okay, it's kind of a Y. If you come back here and you stand about right here, and you stand over about right in here, this would have been the shot, and then the remains, or that pinned location again, straight across from me. That's where they were standing, and then they walked down this way. And you can see the light. See that sunlight? You remember that from that morning. So this appears to be that area. So they were definitely here. We can confirm that. Then once again, if you walk straight through this way right here, this comes right out. See that? Where it gets starting to get sunny? Out of there, that's the livelong service trail right there. So I would say 75 yards away. And then, so we're going to walk over here to where this original pinned location was. You know, and I came back here my second trip down, and I walked this perimeter, just kind of like what we did. And I looked around in here where the dry bag was found, supposedly. And then I walked over here, and I found those numbers, orange spray paint numbers. I just can't see somebody faking that. I mean, why would you? I mean, you got to know a lot about crime scenes to do all that. I don't know. But then I found them. So I saw them numbers first. See, I can't even find the area now. I don't even know where it's at. Wait, I think I need to go over here a little bit. Okay, wait, there's the path where you go across to where the water bottle was found. Here's the drainage canal where I think more stuff could have floated down. So the crime scene was right here. Or I mean the circle spray paint with numbers. Yeah, there it is. I can see it now. Yeah. Okay. So roughly in here, see there's more spray paint, see it? So roughly, it was right in here that those numbers were painted. I had stuck a stick, not a stake, but this right here actually. I'm just going to lay it there. There's where the orange paint is, so I'll lay that there. But that's where this pin was. And I had walked back here and I saw that shiny pin right away, and I'm like, oh wow, this must be pretty significant, you know, to find that pin. So I just thought that was kind of interesting, that now that this may all just be possibly not true. I don't know. Somebody did a whole lot of fabricating from about 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon until Saturday morning, if this was all staged. So I just don't know. But we'll just keep, you know, once again, Groundhog Day. I know all my videos basically show the same thing, but that's because maybe we might pick something out later. You know, something changed or something moved or something else happens. You just don't know. You know, we know that the laundry's truck was up here last weekend, parked in the parking lot beside me. I did not see them up here. So I don't know, you know, what they were doing or where they were. But their truck was definitely in the parking lot. It was brought up about these Bud Light cans being up here. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but there's actually Bud Light cans laying kind of all over up here. So I don't know if that's anything significant, but we'll walk back this drainage canal. You can see it's all dry now. But this starts clear up at the Livelong Service Trail, and over, and then just beyond that is the tree swing area. So, you know, I'm still going with my theory that that tree swing is just such a momentous place, maybe, memorable place, that might have been, I'm just, you know, I'm just going to stick with my theory on that, and until we hear different, I'll be more than glad to give it up and say, well, I guess the tree swing had nothing to do with it. But to me, it just seems like it did. But you can see how everything piled back here. And then what it does, what keeps going further, ends up out here in that swamp. And then the Livelong Return Trail, a quick shoot through here. The Livelong Return Trail is just right over here. Like it kind of narrows back in towards this trail. Like here's the swamp, and it like follows out around the perimeter, and then somewhere it crosses up here, because that's where Allie and Dan, I heard them up here. And then last week when I was up here, there was like a group of like kids, like all in blue shirts, like maybe for some kind of youth thing, gathering. They were all hiking, and they did not come up the way we did. They were walking on a trail just right over there, like 50 yards away. We could hear them. We could see their blue shirts. So that tells me that that trail, I'm not going to walk clear back there, but that tells me that the Livelong Trail Return Trail is over here somewhere, 50 to 100 yards away. And that, you know, maybe maybe they were familiar enough with this area that, you know, he walked up this way, knew the tree swing area, you know, the canal was this direction, and he cut across here somehow. You know, if you're familiar with the area, that'd be something you would do, instead of walking all the way up, because that trail goes for a mile or so up there. And then you'd come out over here. So we're going to walk back up to that pin location. I'm going to shut down. And I'm just going to take a little breather. And then kind of look around, I guess. But like I said, we pretty much have combed this area. And definitely cleanup work has been done up here. There is no doubt about that. There's just nothing up here. Nothing. So you can take that for what it's worth, but I'd have to question anybody suddenly finding anything amazing. Now, obviously, you know, if there was a firearm, that's heavy, that wouldn't have floated. So that's why I'm focused on, I want to find the spot where everything originated. And if they just come out and say, yeah, there was a gun recovered with his remains, well then all of us wouldn't be up here walking around looking for a firearm. That would make sense. The problem is they're not telling us that. And I don't know what the reason for that would be. To me, that seems a little odd. I mean, I would have come out right away and says, yes, there was a firearm found near the remains. We don't know the exact cause of death, but we did recover that firearm, and then leave it at that. I mean, how simple is that? You would have prevented 90% of the people up here stomping through this area. Because there's a lot of people think that there's a firearm laying up here. And that's probably what everybody's looking for, including myself, only because I want to turn it in. Because who knows, I mean, as crazy as this nonsense is it possibly related to those other two girls out west? I mean, I would say no. I don't feel these cases are related, but with as crazy as this case has gotten, I wouldn't be surprised. So I am going to shut down at the 3 trees.